Today's rushed Kirby theory is about Meta Knight, but not just Meta Knight, but about Meta Knight specifically from the anime. Japanese or English, pretty much it's going to be the same. Actually, there are quite a few differences. More focusing on the Japanese one for this time. Just because the English ones are a struggle to find right now. So, most of the information from this theory is not from me. It is actually from someone named Noah Snotty. I think I'm saying it right. I always mess it up. Like Noah Snotty or Noah Snotty. I don't know. The point is that it's not mine. And a lot of other people have come up with this too. But I'm the first person to really make a video. I couldn't find any videos about this theory. So, I'm gonna say it. Getting to the evidence. Oh, wait, no. First, what is the theory even? The theory is that Meta Knight is a failed creation from Nightmare. Or not. When I say failed creation, I more mean a monster that betrayed him, that went against Nightmare. Not a failed creation, because he's most definitely in good shape or whatever. Getting to the evidence. So they talk about the creation of Kirby, or at least they ask about the creation of Kirby, and let's just let it play out and I shut up for a minute. I better not get copyrighted for this. First evidence already. The monster that he's about to create is a ball, while all the others seem to be weird-looking forms of chess pieces. Second evidence, it wields a sword. But now, this isn't big because hundreds and thousands of characters wield a sword. But it also has an arm that looks like either Kirby or Meta Knight. But tons of characters wield a sword, and that doesn't even look like either of Meta Knight's swords. When I say swords, it's because he didn't always have Galaxia. He had this, long, almost like Galactonite's sword. By the way, theory for him in the future. He was a Star Warrior. But he does not know if it was Kirby. That's what they were thinking. That, it was probably Kirby, and he escaped or something. But then, this happens. From Meta Knight. Kaboo isn't some sort of ancient god that knows everything. He just heard it from Meta Knight himself. Heck, based on further lore about Kaboo in the future of the series, he might have even been created by Meta Knight. No one really knows. So that's the main evidence. I'm stuttering a lot because there isn't a whole lot to go off of. So now, just get to the next evidence. Right here, Meta Knight has a whip. Now, this is something that could just simply be a weapon choice, but it feels like it means more than that. And it wasn't just like a whip that he found just to save them, like, oh, he just picked up there's trash everywhere, I picked up a whip off the ground. Because the way he put it away definitely looked like it was a whip that belonged to him, not just some whip. And he was also very skilled with it. And why is this important? Well, all of the enemy monster enforcers have whips. Whippy, obviously. Knuckle Joe, and any others that I can't remember that might exist. They probably don't even exist. I'm pretty sure those are the only two. But the point is, they have whips. And I don't think that Meta Knight would, if Meta Knight was created by Nightmare. I definitely don't think he was just one of the random monsters, because he's much more smarter than that. And so were other people. Who knows? Maybe Knuckle Joe. Oh yeah, getting to one thing. Star Warriors are not a race of creatures, that's what I originally thought. They are an army that was banded together by anyone who wanted to stop Nightmare. There are still inconsistencies and plot holes, like the starship thing. How did Kirby get a starship immediately after being born, especially if Kirby is a reincarnation of Void Termina? There are definitely some things that won't fit together. But the point is that Knuckle Joe could have also been created by Nightmare. And that's why he joined him, even though he was like, Knuckle Joe's weird. But this isn't about Knuckle Joe. This is about Meta Knight. Meta Knight probably was once an enforcer, and that's why I know so much about Nightmare. Okay, this is where it kind of sort of links into the games. Meta Knight seems to be one of the only other ones aware of Nightmare and who knows about him. Meta Knight is training Kirby throughout Kirby's adventure to face Nightmare, which, if we're considering this canon, by the way, refer to my Kirby Right Back At You as canon video. Shameless promotion Then, yeah, this is the second time, so wait, that was irrelevant. Why am I saying this? It would make sense that he has such a grudge against Nightmare if he was like created and he was meant to be this lion tamer type character. Who had to force back all of them, and then like he realized that everything was evil and left or something. Maybe the starship design was even from, because they definitely have spaceships, tons and tons of them at that. At the at night, an enemy or holy nightmare, or whatever you want to call it. Oops, the nightmare place. And the Hailbird, because those were literally the only two really big things for this theory. Let's just talk about Meta Knight himself for now. The Hailbird was created as a battleship to go against Nightmare, which looked quite a lot different when it was first created. It didn't have unnecessary wings, because those were probably added just for more coolness or whatnot. It didn't need those, because those wings don't actually... Well, if you're in space, you don't need wings because there's no gravity. So he didn't need them. But I guess if he's just flying above land, then they're necessary. I don't know. The point is the Hailbird only exists because of against Nightmare. Now, something else. It's basically says all this stuff about he came to work for King Dedede because he had monsters and whatever not. He's still been on King Dedede's side for a long time past this. And also, the masks in Kirby Fighters 2 are really confusing because they fit them perfectly. Anyway, I'm kind of running out of things to say about this. Let's just end the video. Tell me if you have any other evidences for this. And of course, I'm going to make a substitute poll for what is next, because you can't make polls unless you have 1,000 subscribers. Please get me to 1,000 subscribers. I really want to make polls and other